So hi everyone, I'm Bronte Miller and I'm the instructor for CST 110. So welcome to the course. In this video, I'm just going to talk with you a little bit about the routines of the course, a little bit about how to sort of navigate everything, and just some of my expectations for you with regard to the course. So the most important thing that you can do at this point is read your syllabus very, very carefully, because the syllabus is pretty much the contract between you and me with regard to the course. I've tried very hard to share as much information in the syllabus as I possibly can so that you understand what the expectations are, what all of the different assignments are about, and how they are graded. Speaking of graded, the course is graded on a weighted averages model. What that means is that each category of the course is weighted a little bit differently. So for example, all of the quizzes put together, they represent 1% of the course, whereas the oral presentation by itself counts another percentage of the course. So the quizzes as a group represent a lot of the course, but individually, each one of them only counts a little bit, whereas the midterm exam counts a whole lot, etc. So make sure that you look at the weighted averages model to see how it is that the proportion, the weight that each part of the course is graded. So let me talk a little bit about the different categories, the different assignments that you will be graded on in the course. First of all, you will have a whole lot of quizzes in this course. Specifically, you'll have quizzes associated with each of the individual lessons that I'll be going through in the course. For example, there's a quiz on Unit 0, this particular unit, which is a quiz simply on how to conduct professional communication in this course, and on the syllabus and anything that you might have seen in the Canvas site. So there is one quiz just on that. You'll have another quiz when we get into Unit 1. One quiz will be on grit and the growth mindset. Another quiz will be on managing negative self-talk, etc. So each individual lesson will have an associated quiz. Now, these quizzes are all online. You'll be able to take them twice. They're multiple choice and they'll be graded automatically. After you take the quiz, then you'll get your grade, and then if you don't like the grade that you have, you can take the quiz again. And if you make a higher grade, great. That's the grade that will go into the grade book. If you make a lower grade, don't worry. The better grade is the one that will stay. So there's absolutely no risk for taking the quiz twice, and it's all reward, because if you do better on the second go around, it will replace that lower grade. Now, there are a lot of quizzes. They are already available to you. So I would encourage you to stay ahead of the quizzes and get in front of them and take them before they are due. Every quiz is always due at midnight on Sunday night. Okay? Always midnight on Sunday night. However, the quizzes are available much, much sooner than that. In fact, the quizzes for every single week for every single part of the term are currently available. So when you get an opportunity, do the lesson, take the quiz, get it out of the way. Because if you miss the due date for a quiz, you're not allowed to make it up. Not under any circumstances. So if you get really, really sick on Saturday before the quiz is due on Sunday, you're not going to be allowed to make up that quiz. Whereas you could have taken the quiz much earlier in the week. So make sure that you take your quizzes before they're due, well before they're due. Now, another part of this course is based upon discussions. You're going to have several discussions in the course, and these discussions are interactions between you and a peer, between you and a classmate. I have very structured guidelines on what it is you're going to be talking about, and you're expected to post to the discussion in a timely manner. Again, there are due dates for the discussions, just like there are due dates for the quizzes. Because you are having a conversation with your classmates, then it's imperative that you complete the discussion when it is due. So pay attention to the due dates for the discussions. Take part in the discussion during the week that it is expected, and you'll do very, very well. You also have periodic reflections. These reflections are where you take time to pause and consider everything that you've learned so far in the class or about a particular topic. And then you are to write a very short 100 to 200 word post on what your thoughts are with regard to the topic that I am asking you to reflect upon. Now, the discussions and the reflections, I have every expectation that you will post in an academic way. You need to use complete sentences, proper grammar, proper punctuation, good sentence structure. You need to proofread both of your discussion posts and your reflection posts, because you will be scored down if you do not submit something that is academically appropriate. I am a stickler for good grammar. I'm a stickler for capitalizing the pronoun I, etc. Be thoughtful, proofread your work, and give us something that is appropriate for a professional academic environment. You will have 2 major tests in this course, one at the midterm and one at the final. Both tests have 2 parts. One of the parts is a multiple choice test that is proctored. That means you must take it in a proctored environment. That means you take it in the testing center. So you must come to campus to take that part of the test. You cannot do it from home. When you come to campus, you will go to the testing center and you will complete that part of the midterm or that part of the final. In addition to that multiple choice part that you take on campus, there are assignments that you will submit as part of the grade. For example, you might write something similar to the reflections that you have done in other posts. You will submit that comment, that takeaway, that post. I will grade it and add that score to the exam. You might submit proof of an email that you have sent, any sort of documentation that is evidence of your having sort of absorbed some of the content of the course. Those items may be due in weeks prior to the exam, the midterm or the final, or they may be due the same week as the midterm or the exam. But you will be notified of which parts are part of the exam and what their due dates are. Finally, there is a large project that you will do in this course. That project is an oral presentation. This is basically a speech that you will give. This speech that you will deliver must be delivered in front of an audience. I require that you have an audience of at least 3 people over the age of 10, and that they be in front of you as you deliver the speech. You stand, deliver the speech like you're delivering it to a large room full of people, and you will record that speech, record delivering your speech for me to watch. You're not giving the speech to the camera like I'm giving this talk to you now. You're giving the speech to your audience. Okay? After you give the speech, record it, you will upload that speech to YouTube and send me the link to that YouTube video so that I can use it to grade your speech. This is a large project. It's going to take us several weeks to put together. And it's toward the end of the semester. So if you want to think about that particular project ahead of time, that's great. You can look ahead at the term. It's in Unit 5. If you want to check out what some of the expectations are for that particular assignment, but I just wanted to give you fair warning that you will be delivering a speech in front of an audience of at least 3 people of your choosing over the age of 10. You will record that speech, upload the speech to YouTube. Okay? So that's about it. If you have any questions, you don't hesitate to ask me, and I look forward to working with you in the course.